It was about 34 years ago that my younger brother at 17 put a gun to his head and pulled the trigger. Of course, my life and my family's life changed drastically. It wasn't that God was not trying to reach me in the nightclubs and the lifestyle that I was living. For 2 years, I'd never remember even Friday and Saturday coming home from the club, hardcore alcoholic, chasing the dream, and losing really who I was. I knew God was chasing me. I knew that He wanted me to come, but I felt I was too dirty and had done too much to ever come and be a part of what God had for my life and my family. My brother, out of depression, anxiety, and some other things, had pulled that trigger, and everything changed. He did survive, and I saw the power, the wonder-working power, if you will, of God at work in his life and in mine. It would be 2 weeks later that I would surrender my life to Jesus, but not before I asked the Lord if He would save my brother, and I made a promise to God, and to this day I'm still keeping it. I said, Lord, if You will save my brother, then I will do all that I can to make sure that other young people don't go down that same path best that I can. I did not have any idea that how many young people are hopeless or have lost hope, and that their world would be something that would be worth living for. So for the past 33 years, I've been doing youth camps and doing all that I could to make sure that I made myself available and that I would show them that they have great value. You see, when you bring the sound, the light, everything else, it's not so much about the people, or it's not so much about the group of people. It's about the young people seeing that they have great value, that someone would come and invest in them. And if people did not invest in me, I would not be able to invest in them. Oh, it's not been an easy call, that's for sure, but the rewards have been tremendous. As I go to various camps or places that God leads me, I'm always aware this may be for just one person. So after all this time, 33 years of this, I've decided to continue on. The Lord had asked me a few months ago if I would want to finish the race. I mean, the past 4 years, I've died twice. I've come back, still battling health, all kinds of issues, and still going to camps and still setting up sound and lighting 24/7 worship. This year has been no different in that the battle seems to have intensified, because it's really all about souls. Maybe it was your son or your daughter. Maybe it was a member of your family that I had the honor to be a part of showing them and creating an atmosphere that they would see that they have great value. We live in a generation that everything blinks, everything glows, and everything looks and sounds different than it did just a short time ago. So, with the help of a few people, including my daughter Cass, we've gone to camp. Over the past 33 years, I have the pleasure and have the honor to be a part of hundreds, if not thousands, of young people. And to be there for them has been incredible. As we prepare for the next camp that we have coming up, I'm more than aware of the challenges that are set before me. And over the years, people have asked me, why do you give everything away? And why do you pass this stuff on and so forth? And I said, you know what? I pass it on to people who can use it for their ministry, who can use it for what they're doing for the kingdom and for Jesus. You know, they make more stuff. It's just hard to get people to believe at times that, hey, you know what? It's okay to give in to others. You know, this past couple of years have been so challenging and yet so rewarding. It's so bad it can only get good. And as we prepare for this next camp, I'm starting from basically scratch and just a few days away from going to camp. This camp, unlike any other camp, is really different. You were normally going to the pines and the mountains and the cool air. We're going down to Douglas, Arizona, because the camp that we were going to go to had an issue with some health regulations, and now there's a scramble. The scramble is, where will we go? Where will these young people gather? And as I've been praying the past few days, the Lord said, this is a time of merging fires. young people, different youth groups, different denominations are coming together and will come together, and they will merge. Their fire that's on them, that I put on them, will merge, and no man will be able to stop it, stop the merging fires. So as we prepare to go, I ask that you pray and support in any way that the Lord would lead you. Oh, I've gone to a few camps, a few hundred of them over 33 years, crashed a few camps, just showed up as God told me to show up and bless them. It's always been an amazing journey, and I think it will continue to be as long as the Lord gives me strength to move forward. Yes, I said strength, and I'll need it. It's been a blessing to be a part of so many different things that the Lord has led me to do. And now more than ever, I said, Lord, without your strength, without your abilities that you give me, without the abilities you give me, I can't do this. But I will go as you lead. So we find out this week that we're heading to Douglas, Arizona, to a church down there in southern Arizona. It ought to be amazing. It's not like this is my first rodeo, my first challenge. And it's all about the hands that are raised. It's all about the decisions that are made to come to know Jesus. It's all about the encouragement. It's all about the fellowship. It's about encouraging those that God's called to help and bless this generation, that they might see that someone comes alongside of them in their sacrifice and tells them and shows them how much value they have. Yep, do I light the place up? You better believe it. Do I do things different every time I go? Better believe it. It always takes gear, it always takes money, and it always takes time. I'm blessed right now to have a few young people that come alongside that can help me and to set up the different things that I'm doing. You never know where I'm going to show up. Yep, I might just come and light up your forest or your camp. You never know what God has in store. I have a few things and a few places that God has put on my heart this summer, and I need to go. I need to cruise America as the Lord leads. So I did this short video just to give you an idea of some of the places, some of the faces, and some of the things that I've created for the kingdom and his kids. Yeah, it's not easy. It takes time, takes money. Wow. And do I have any of it left? Not really. It's all gone into the hands of other people. So it's going to be interesting to see what is the next thing that I'm going to bring. Oh, I got a couple of things, and I got a plan, and I got a list, and I know where to get everything I need to make this possible. Thank you again to those who have prayed for me, my family. Thank you to those who believe in what I'm doing for the kingdom. If I can just reach one soul, one young person. So I'm keeping to my promise to the Lord that if he'd saved my brother, which he did, it's been 34 years, and my brother is still alive, is still doing good. Consequences to the actions where the enemy tried to take his life, but he's doing good. So now I find myself in that place again, saying, just give me the strength, God. One more soul, one more time. Yeah, this this recording isn't perfect, but it's not supposed to be, is it? I just wanted you to get a peek at some of the places and the faces and the things that I've done. When I first got saved, I wasn't married. For 4 years, I wasn't dating anybody. I wasn't seeing anybody. And all I did was junior high, high school camp, and 5th and 6th grade camp. I gave up my time and my efforts around my DJing. I was doing a corporate DJ at the time. I got out of the nightclubs. And so I made myself available to any camp that needed me to come and support them and help them with worship music and everything else. It's been an amazing journey. One summer, I turned down a job because I'm a designer artist in stone in Laughlin Library. They needed an artist like myself to sandblast petroglyphs into the mountain or into the library in Flagstone. They said, we'll pay you $60,000. It'll take 5 days for you to do it, and we'll set it up. I told them, I'm sorry, I can't come to and do that job for you because I have to go to junior high camp. They said, are you crazy? I said, no. Last year I went to camp and it changed my life. So I said, thank you for the offer. Well, there have been other offers too, but they fell right in line with what camp was doing. I've watched people give of their time, their vacation, their money, and everything, and invest their 4 or 5 days into the lives of these young people. Wow, when we get to heaven, how amazing it will be to meet some of these young people and hear some of their stories. I've asked many people to sponsor youth. Thousands and thousands of youth have gone to camp because people like yourself have said, yes, I'll sponsor them. Maybe you couldn't go, but you sent them. And it's been an honor to be a part of all of what God is doing in this generation. Is there emerging fire? There is emerging fire. God is pouring out his Spirit on young people. Don't be deceived. He will have an army, and they are rising up. Soon you will hear stories like never before of young people doing the miraculous for the kingdom, laying hands on the sick. The dead will be raised. It will be all different areas of young people, from the very smallest to the junior high and beyond. Never give up.